Joshua Fega's Quest. I'm here by myself. This is Franklin High School versus Hazen High School in the round of 16 to advance on to the playoffs, get to that grand final. So, interesting to note here, just going to throw it out right now. I'll probably throw it out a little bit more later on. Last time these two met, Hazen actually took the victory. We'll see if Franklin can overturn that one. I think it was actually a pretty big matchup last time, if I recall. Yeah, it was for third place in the Winter Championship, and Hazen won that. So pretty much denied any sort of it's kind of a pride game going on right now, because these two, I mean, yeah, they're nowhere near third place, but they're all the way back in the very first round of the bracket. So somebody's not even going to make it to fourth place this time around. We'll see if Franklin can retaliate and get some retribution for their Winter Championship shutout by Hazen. But yeah, not too much happening right now. I'm going to switch around the icons here for your viewing pleasure and for my own convenience as well too. So we got an Ashe in the bot lane with a Lulu and a Hamsap going AFK. We'll see what happens here. So I do want to say these are also pre-recorded. So I don't know the results yet, but so any kind of pause, anything like that, I'm not sure how that's working. And that's also why we're not going to be seeing any sort of champion select. Let me turn down the volume just a hint for you guys. It's a little loud on my side. Not sure how it is out there. I'm sure we'll be happy and merry. But we do have an Azir versus a Cassiopeia in the mid lane. We'll see. We'll see which one goes on. I do like both their scaling. Both of them scale very well into the late game. Aspects of the Serpent helping out Cassiopeia with that quite a bit, and you're also taking Barrier at that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sweet Genius taking the Cleanse. So going to stop him from any CC, and that's pretty good whenever you have a Enchanted Crystalline arrow staring you in the face, or an Onslaught of Shadows, or a Glacial Prison. There's a lot that can be cleansed off of. I do like the cleanse pickup. I've seen it pay off quite a bit. I've never seen it on an Azir. I've seen it on a Ziggs a couple times, but I've never seen it actually on an Azir. So that's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I think it's a wise choice given all the CC that he's facing, and Azirs, they scale into late game pretty hard, pretty heavy. So I wouldn't doubt the Sweet Genius's pickup there. Nice trade coming off in the mid lane. That's nice. You do get that Noxus Blast. You get at least 2 Twin Fang procs onto your enemy. Not to mention the DOT from the Noxus Blast. There's a lot of damage coming out from Cassiopeia, almost at all stages of the game. She's really coming into her own. She still lacks an escape, but she makes up for it in just raw damage and bullying. And that's actually what this mid lane's about, just pure bullying. Because, I mean, yeah, Azir, zone control, and yeah, just bullying your opponent out of lane with your Sand Soldiers. But that's kind of what Cassiopeia wants to do too with their Noxus Blast and Twin Fangs. And not to mention, you can also zone Miasma and control a wave decently well too, because it slows down anyone within its circle. So worth paying attention in the mid lane there. More poison being landed onto Sweet Genius. And every poison that lands is a victory for Cassiopeia, because you stack Aspects of the Serpent just that much faster. And the more you stack them, the faster you get to your power spike. So that's very important to do that. Meanwhile, in the top lane, yeah, not really too much gonna happen there. At least for now. Level 6 might show a little bit different of a story, though. Yeah, in the bot lane, pretty much the goal right now of Submit from Franklin is to just not get hooked by a dredge line. I mean, that's always the goal, but you definitely don't want to be hooked by when you're an Ashe, because you have no escape. Though, with that said, you do have the Lulu on your side to polymorph anybody that gets in your way. So we're going to see it here. Probably more than likely, yes, Submit gets hooked in. Polymorph going on to Handsap. There's the exhaust going down to Submit. He has to blow his flash and heal to get out and save his life. So that's a huge win over to Hazen's bot side. We'll see if they can take advantage of that one, or even the jungler based. Sorry about that. See if their jungler can take advantage of that as well. Now, with that being said, that is an exhaust going down for Hamsap on the side of Hazen as well. So, not going to have that extra CC, but if they can land a dredge line onto Submit, you saw that the polymorph wasn't a huge factor because, I mean, the CC was already there. It just kept it, you know, kept the Riptide from coming out a little bit later. That's about it. And even so, I think the polymorph came out a little late. But we do have a gank in the top lane from Infinity Deaths. Vanishing Dragon, he's just going to hop away. He has his teleport, has his flash. He's safe. He's fine. He's actually going to go back. And yeah, probably use that teleport. So that is actually one benefit of playing a Hecarim. I'm going to point out on the side of Franklin is that he's used his teleport. He can go back. He cannot buy his boots yet. He typically... Oh, hold on. We have a roam in the mid lane from Hamsap. Not going to happen. Yarrier doing a good job keeping a vision out. Also good communication from his team. Actually, I don't think he has any vision in that jungle, on that jungle side. I think he's kind of had a sixth sense going on and had a good communication from his teammates. Let them know. Hey, Yarrier. There's a roaming Hamsap coming away. Wow, that was a nice dredge line. Threading the needle there. Flash being blown out. Base is there. He gets caught underneath the turret, though. Isn't going to be enough. Satarian is not going to go down. Just barely. Here comes Teleport. Onslaught of Shadows coming out. Fuge SL coming out, getting the first blood over to Submit and picking up a kill for himself. Maybe a double kill here. Here comes Ignite. There's a double kill. Nice teleport from Franklin's top side, and that is going to set them up huge. And now Vanishing Dragon came in a little bit late, and he's actually going to give a kill over to Infinity Deaths, the jungler of Franklin. So, huge, huge win for the blue side. And is that going to be Dragon? Yeah, that's going to be Dragon too. Spotted out by the Sentinel. Doesn't even matter. They have so much power right now. I mean, Azir, Sweet Genius, the only one there to stop it. But, I mean, he can't really do that by himself at least. So there you go. Solid play from Franklin. Hamsap reconnected, but Dragon is taken as he's reconnected. Sweet Genius, he's going to be run into by a horse. And I think now Fuges, he could actually, yeah, he can go back and buy his Merc Treads and Home Guards. This is what I was referring to before that team fight, a little skirmish in the bot lane happened, is that's the benefit of being a Hecarim, is you can use your teleport for that, buy your boots and the Home Guards, and just sprint up to the up to the top lane and not miss any farm. As you can see, I mean, especially because Vanish Dragon teleport to the bot lane, he's Fuges, I should say, still up in CS, up in kills, up in assists, up in CS, and up in items now too. I think up in levels too. Yeah, he also has a level advantage. So huge, huge win for Fuges. Fuges L in the bot lane. Very wise use of the teleport. So Franklin, I'm going to reiterate for anybody who just joined us. So Franklin and Hazen, they actually met in the Winter Championships last winter, and Hazen shut out Franklin. Well, I don't know if they shut him out, but it was for third place, and Hazen actually beat Franklin, kept them out of any sort of like first, second, and third place position, put him into fourth place, and now Franklin, they're doing a good job of getting the retribution now. Let's see if they can keep it up here. I don't understand the Okay, so I'm going to interact with the chat here. I usually don't do this. I don't understand the ghosting references here in the chat, but I actually do see now, though. Fuges is there. Hello, Fuges. A very nice play, dude. Very nice use of the teleport. So yeah, I'm actually going to cover up chat, because that does distract me, and I appreciate you guys. If you want me to interact, I will maybe, but especially since I'm solo. That's one of the things I do when I'm solo. I don't know, I do interact because I want to have, time filler, because, I mean, look at that. What am I going to call right now? I could, I could color things. There isn't a Cinderhawk being picked up for base, but, I mean, really, come on. You guys already see that. And, I don't know. It's one of those things that's like, oh, Chin Crystalline Arrow coming out. Never mind, I'll call this one. Nice Prison coming out. Nice Fate's Call. Ring a bell. It's going to get Hamsap out of there. Very nicely timed. So that is a save in the bot lane, but an ultimate used in the bot lane as well. Ring a Bell and Hamsap are down at Fate's Call now. Not to be confused with Tempered Fate, which is Bard's ultimate. Which I am curious if we'll see one of these in this this matchup. So yeah, it's got to be careful in the top lane for Vanishing Dragon. He has a Phage, So he has a little bit of mobility with his, added mobility I should say, with his small Gnar form. But he still has to be careful. Oh, actually my F-Lux is kicking in. Give me one moment here. And that is why you're seeing some lag right now. F-Lux kicking in, dimming my screen, giving me some screen time gunners without actually buying them. But I'm going to disable that for you guys. Cetaran, he is getting knocked up as well as Submit. There's Wild Growth coming out. Is this going to be enough to stall them? There's an exhaust going down as well. Hamstop getting taken down quite low and does go down, but so does Cetaran. So support for support. ADC picking up each kill there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sweet Genius doing a good job pushing up Yar. I think that's actually Yar. I'll get to that in a moment. Fuge's going to take a turret shot, but gets quite a bit of damage into the top lane on Vanishing Dragon with his speed up kick. Pretty easy to do when you're a Hecarim. Doesn't have that sheen yet, so now it's just added damage from his boots and movement speed from his E. But yeah, he's heavily leading the CS in the top lane. HSL, 93 CS to 54 right now. He gonna go back? How much gold is he sitting on, guys? Tell me. I'll tell you. 1,300 right now. We'll go in the bot lane, though. Fate's Call into Submit, knocks him up. Here comes the teleport from Fuges. He's ready. Once again, Onslaught of Shadows is up. Merc Treads here as well with the Home Guards. Gets quite a bit of damage on Ring a Bell. Is it going to be enough? It is. Ignite taking him down underneath the turret. Fuges is there. Fuges is out with a kill. And now Vanishing Dragon there as well. But again, Vanishing Dragon not showing up to that fight. He's not Mega Gnar. His teleport's down. He has really no CC to offer here. While Fuges teleports in, Merc Treads and Home Guards in, does a ton of damage and onslaughts to the shadows. So huge advantage again going over to Franklin High School for the teleport and nice roam coming out. So Sweet Genius wants to bury them with the Sand Soldiers. Only going to poke them once. You have to do a little bit more poke to get the bury on the on your enemy. I want to bury him 10 feet under, but that's actually like maybe like 10 inches under at that point. There you go. You got two of them on Yar. Ah, there's another one. He's getting there. Nice flash. Gonna dodge the Glacial Prison from Infinity Deaths. More like a Iron Prison, I guess, with that skin. Maybe I'll call it Iron Prison if I can remember that. I'm not going to test my my memory here, but I'll try. For you guys, I'll try. So Fuges with a big wave in the top lane. Still leading the CS and going to have even more of a CS lead. There's a Phage picked up for Vanishing Dragon, so he's trying... Well, actually, I think he had the Phage earlier, and I think I called on it because he picked up a Ruby Crystal going back and boots, I believe. Yar, he's staying up in CS despite being zoned. He's only 8 CS down, which is something I wouldn't expect with how much he's getting bullied in the mid lane by the Azir. He's stacking up his tier quite nicely. That was a little bit of a whiff. Infinity Deaths. No one saw that, bro. No problem. Easy peasy. So Yar is 116 on his Aspect of the Serpent, so he's coming along fine. And like I said, not too far down in CS. Trying to keep up as much as possible. Getting zoned out, like I said, so he's creating a little bit of a disparity, but it's really not much. Crystalline Arrow, nicely placed, but also nicely cleansed. And now Sweet Genius goes back in. Takes out Yar. Forgot about that cleanse. Expected him to be stunned just a little bit longer, and that would have been almost a max stun for how long of a range that goes. As the Crystalline Arrow, when it does, the farther it goes, the longer the stun time. But a very nice cleanse coming out from Sweet Genius, picking himself up a kill. Dragon is live though. Ward clear coming out from Infinity Deaths. And I see more chat in the. I guess chat, if you want to call it that. Somebody about turning on the scripts. And no, you're a complete liar, sir. Riot Light has went through great lengths to ban people who do scripts, so no merit to that one. Although Based has left the game, so he may have just been banned. If the scripting is true, I don't think it is. I know. I'm pretty sure both these teams are talented enough to not need scripts. I think we all know that. Nice piece of building being thrown into Fugis. Normally, somebody like a Gnar, they throw that piece of building into only a person with 2 legs, and that slows them down quite a bit. But going against the horse, you have 4 legs you have to target. So even if he throws the building, it's not going to slow him down very much, and we're seeing that right now. Fugis getting a building thrown at him. He's fine. He goes back, but he's going to home guards up to the top lane. Oh, Prowler, I didn't take your comments seriously. Come on. Anyway. Anyway, Base grabbing up the red buff. Dragon is still alive, and Infinity Deaths. Nice dodge by Sweet Genius, but cannot dodge the second one. He gets crystalline arrowed. He gets petrified gazed, and he goes down. Infinity Deaths picking up that kill. That was a nice dodge by Sweet Genius, but you can only dodge so much. And now the mid lane turret completely exposed, and that is the first turret of the game going down in favor of Franklin High School, who's doing a great job. They have a we'll say 3K gold lead right now in the early going with that turret. Fugis hammering onto the top lane turret with that Sheen. Proccing those Qs, proccing the Sheen, and Dragon is engaged upon now. Hamsap and Ring a Bell. Looks like they're not going to contest it. Base isn't even going to be around either. So that's 2 turrets and a Dragon picked up in the last minute for Franklin High School, and they're running away with this early game and snowballing into the mid game. Hamsap trying to get control of his jungle, clearing some of the waves, placing wards of his own. Not going to be roaming dirty. Going to use protection with the wards and keep himself safe from any kind of harm coming his way. Although he cleared one ward, there's always another one laying around, as Franklin has plenty of control of that jungle. 3 wards just within the area here of the blue buff. And that was obvious. That was set up Dragon, but coming in handy right now for everything else. Submit needs to be careful here. Submit's, he's fine. 204 in Submit right now. And despite Ring a Bell having 2 deaths, he's actually keeping up in CS. He's actually ahead in CS. That's really surprising. And Vanishing Dragon, he's getting a little bit, it's closing that gap a little bit more, but it's still pretty big. He has a Black Cleaver now, and I really question that because Hazen needs a tank really bad. And you do have Based. Call that in a second. Sweet Genius, he flashes out. He still has Cleanse. There's some kind of Crystal Arrow. It's actually going to whiff, not hit anything. But that is a flash coming out from Infinity Deaths and Sweet Genius. And you have to think, Sweet Genius, a little bit more prone to not having Flash, a little bit more prone to death when you don't have Flash. Infinity Deaths leaping over the wall with the Iron Prison. I got it, no worries. There's the Wild Growth onto Infinity Deaths. Sweet Genius does pick up the kill, though. Nice Petrifying Gaze to stop the chase. Yar, he does get hooked in by the Dredge line. Ring a Bell getting that kill, but down bot lane, that was technically about like a 4v5 because Submit was not in that team fight. Picked up the bot lane turret while the commotion was happening in mid lane, and it was answered back. It's still 1 turret to 3 though. Hazen picked up the mid lane turret. They're going for that inner mid lane turret right now, and it looks like they are going to get it. That was a very nice answer from Hazen, taking advantage of Submit trying to push the bot lane. Just decided to get 2 turrets in the mid lane, so that's going to close that gold gap quite a bit. They're now only about 1.5k down, and yeah, Hazen there back in this game. Yeah, I mean the early game is about over. It's approaching 20 minutes. Baron is going to be up as well. So Hazen, they're keeping themselves alive. They want to try to keep that win streak going against Franklin. As I said, I will reiterate. Oh, hold on. Fugis, he's rushing up top lane. Gets quite a bit of damage. He has the Triforce. Vanishing Dragon hops the Mega Gnars out of there. So, yeah. Talisman Ascension is completed onto Onto the Lulu support. Fuge's going back in. There's Onslaught of Shadows. He gets caught out by, or Vanishing Dragon gets caught out, I should say. Ignite going down. Is it going to be enough? It is. I think he was chucking health pots too. So Rampage going over to Fuge's. And a lot of attention being brought up into the top lane as well. As Based has to go to the top lane. Void Rush is up, so she can teleport. And I say the she as in Rek'Sai can teleport around the map. But if Fuge keeps him busy, her busy, won't matter if Void Rush is up or not, because if Base leaves, that turret may well go down. Submit being hooked up, but nothing there to follow. Gets quite a bit of damage onto Hamsap, actually half-healthing him. Based trying to defend that top lane turret. Vanishing Dragon going back to the top. Trying to close the gap of power here. Not really working out. So yeah, Based has a Warmogs right now. And I always consider a first item Warmogs, you know, kind of like a pseudo-tank item. Because you still don't have any resistances. There's a lot of damage to be put onto you, and it's just going to go, you're just going to be melted. It's just going to take a second longer. While I feel like resistances, you know, they do take advantage of your health. Oh wait, that auto attack didn't go through on a Smith. But anyway, yeah. Warmogs, I mean, yeah, it doesn't give you any resistances, and you're just kind of, you have a lot of health. I mean, you still get melted. It's not like having a Randuin's, where in addition to health, you also have armor, and you have an active that you can really come in handy to slow the enemy down. So I'm not really liking the first build Warmogs, and I was saying that Vanishing Dragon, I don't know about the first item Black Cleaver. Kind of needed to build a tanky, I feel like, considering his team comp and how much Snowball Franklin has. But he went with the Black Cleaver. Gonna go more offensive. He's kind of paying the price for it. He has 2 deaths on his side right now. Crusader Kitten has showed up into the chat. Welcome. Dragon is going to be up in about 30 seconds here. Sentinel being taken down by Infinity Deaths. They are clearing the wards, and this is what Franklin has done very well this entire game. They've gotten a lead, and they've kept it. How have they kept that, you ask? Well, let me tell you. They have established ward control all over Hazen's jungle. Look how many wards are in the side. I'm gonna move the camera here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wards on the side of Hazen's blue. And Hamsap's realizing that now. One sweeper just took out 2 wards because there's so many on the side of Hazen's jungle from Franklin. There's a lot of dominance, a lot of control being established by Franklin right now. And Hamsap, he's doing a good job right now. Doing a good job clearing those wards. But yeah, it's a very nice dominance established by Franklin High School. This will be the 3rd dragon if they can pick it up. And it doesn't even look like Hazen's going to contest it. There's a teleport up from Vanishing Dragon, but there's no ward to teleport around to because Franklin has likewise done a great job clearing wards. Crystalline Arrow does miss, but the Iron Prison does not ring a bell. He's going to get taken down. Submit picking up that kill. There comes Hawkshot giving vision of Hamsap, and now he's going to go down as well. Yar picking up that one. 2 for 0 right now. And Franklin just displaying their dominance right now. They have that movement speed as well. So they're going to be able to push into the mid lane once their wave gets here. And maybe even pick up another kill. Petrifying Gaze and Onslaught of the Shadows is still up. I think the... Hold on one second. Prowler. Hey, Caster. I think the Kappa per minute in this chat is sufficient. You agree? No, there needs to be more Kappa. Always more Kappa. Yar. Like I said. Oh, and Wild Growth is up as well. So, Onslaught of the Shadows, Wild Growth. Great initiate if Franklin wants to do that. And Crystalline Arrow, it has a relatively long cooldown, but it's already almost half off a cooldown, while Iron Prison is more on is on half cooldown right now. So Franklin, they still have quite a bit of power in their arsenal, but they're actually going to just kind of disperse, pick up their respective buffs, and they'll pick up some more farm and clear the jungle at that too, as both Yar and Infinity Deaths are going back. They have quite a bit of gold in their bank account. Yeah, 1,500 on Yar right now. Not too much on for Infinity Deaths, but does go back. Gets himself a little refreshed. Has a Sightstone. So there are 2 Sightstones on the side of Franklin High School right now. 2 Sightstones, 2 pink wards. 2 sweepers, and 1 upgraded scrying orb that can place a very long-range ward. A lot of vision, money and you know, effort invested into vision control for Franklin High School. Really like how they're playing this game right now. So it looks like they are going to group up. Onslaught of the Shadows is up for Fuges, but his teleport is not. He's split pushing, going to create some pressure. And Franklin may very well be able to 4v5 this, but it looks like Ring a Bell, he does have his 2-item power spike from the Runans and the Bloodthirster. And that's really what you want from a Callista. Have those 2 items, because those 2 items alone can clear waves very quickly. Also dish out a ton of damage in the middle in team fights. Fuges getting a little ahead of himself. Needs to back up. His team's not there. He's getting pinched, but he's a very fast horse. He has 4 legs, for crying out loud. He will get out of there, no problem. And 2 of those legs have boots, because I don't think they sell boots in more than just a pair. And he only has 1 set of boots right now. No, hook just missing onto Lulu. But with all the attention drawn to bot lane, mid lane is exposed. Submit just wailing away onto that turret. Here comes an engage from Vanishing Dragon. Nice flash from Submit. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is up. Actually, I say that all ultimates are up from Franklin. Fate's Call is down, though, from Ring a Bell. Unsuccessful Fate's Call coming out. And back at a standstill here. It's a standstill, you know, only in the fact that not much has happened in the last 3 minutes. But now it's about to change. Fuges just completely split push that by himself, because Hazen cannot position himself well enough right now. They don't have the power to contend with Franklin High School. And yeah, they don't have the map coverage, the map presence to really defend 2 turrets right now. Infinity Death over the wall. He's just going to take out a tunnel from Rek'Sai, which is helpful, as 1 less tunnel base can void rush to. Sentinel going to seek out the red buff and see that it's taken. Based, he's going in. He goes in onto Yar. Here comes the ultimate from Hamsap, but it's countered by Yar's ultimate. Petrifying Gate is going to stop everyone in their tracks, along with the Iron Prison. Enchanted Crystalline Arrow came out as well, but nothing really happened. That was actually a good win for Hazen. They lost the red buff, but they got a lot in teamfight potential, because now there's a lot of CC down on the side of Franklin. Onslaught of the Shadows is still up. Fuges just kind of playing a solo game by himself lately. He's hasn't really been too much with the team lately. But the big engage is up. The Onslaught of the Shadows and Wild Growth from Lulu, both are up. So there's still a huge amount of what do I say? A huge amount of potential coming out from Franklin's engage. But the longer this game goes, the more it gets evened up, because Hazen are just eating up waves. They're not really doing much as far as objectives, but if they can hold at their base and not let inhibitors get taken down, then it's going to start to even out as far as power, despite the gold. And the longer the game goes on, the longer death timers go on, and then 1 team fight can matter a lot more than even 2 team fights at about the 25-minute mark. We'll see how it goes. Dragon is going to be up in about 30 seconds. Hamsap, he's doing a great job warding and clearing wards. Bless his little heart, he is doing his damnedest to get his team vision. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Fuge is going to be a bully over to Vanishing Shadows. Both teleports are up for both top laners right now. Fuges has the power advantage, though. And finally, some armor being built by Vanishing Dragon. I don't know if it's actually going to be enough, though. Dragon is up in 3 seconds. This might be something that Hazen finally wants to contest. If Vanishing Dragon teleports, Fuges doesn't have to, I don't think. He can actually stay in top lane, take turrets, push into the top lane inhibitor if he wants to, or could teleport and probably just clean up a team fight. Here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and the Iron Prison does catch Sweet Genius, but nothing really following it up. There's the Emperor's Divide, not really dividing anybody. Base has to get out, but he cannot. Runs into the enemy there, and now Fuges, Onslaught of Shadows, used teleport in a bad spot. He gets taken down. Looks like Ring a Bell picking up that kill, and now it looks like Franklin is on the defensive. Yar trying to get in there, not going to do anything. Sweet Genius picking up that kill. Vanishing Dragon hopping in, slowing down Saterin. not going to be able to land his wallop. And now it looks like ring a bell. They might be able to pick up a kill here. No, it looks like it's going to go over Sweet Genius, and that is going to be a bot lane turret going over to Hazen High School. Very nicely played by Hazen. They finally got a team fight in their favor, and I think that was mostly due to an it was kind of split up. The team fight was nicely positioned by Hazen because they were all grouped for that team fight. You know, except for Vanishing Dragon. They were all grouped up for that team fight, except for Based, and he was able to tunnel over. But all that time, Submit was actually over the wall. Submit can't get over the wall unless he blows a flash. Flash was not up, and you kind of don't want to blow a flash just to get into a position that might not even be a good position in the first place. So even though Based died as he went through the wall, or over the wall, under the wall, you know, it's a tunnel, so he's going under the wall. Even though he died, still kept Submit out of the team fight. Very nicely played. And then the teleport from Fugis, not the greatest teleport. He uses Onslaught of the Shadows, and it was off the screen. I didn't even see it. And now, Sateran, he's actually going to might get taken out. He has to use the Talisman Ascension. Wild Growth is up, does use it. You have to wonder if that's worth it. He kind of knew he was going to die. Hamsap does pick up the kill. So out of every bad situation that could have happened right there, you want Hamsap to get that kill. You don't want Sweet Genius. You don't want Ring a Bell to get that kill. They do get an assist, though. And now that is a Wild Growth down. And I was always wondering, you kind of have to wonder, is Wild Growth really worth it? Because you need that for the team fight. Let's see what happens here. Baron is going to be picked up, or at least started. No proof it's picked up. Fugis is there. He has Onslaught of Shadows. Yar does use Petrifying Gaze, and that was a very nice bait for the cleanse. Sweet Genius goes down. That's pretty huge in this team fight. The health bars on Hazen are low. Double kill for Submit. Vanishing Dragon, that's going to give a triple kill over to Submit. Is it going to be a quadra? It is not, because Infinity Death is a scumbag, and Yar says, well, you're already scumbag. I'll take the 5th kill anyway. So that's an ace going over to Franklin and the Baron now. And the thing is, Lulu was not even in that team fight. That was very nicely played by Franklin. They had war control. They had vision. They knew that Hazen was going to start Baron and just let Baron hit on them for just a little bit. I think Baron was about half health when that team fight started. And by that time, the health bars of Hazen a little bit low. Their defenses were low. Go in, flank them, rush them. And yeah, nice ace picked up by Franklin. That's going to be a mid lane inhibitor turret. And these empowered minions now in the base. Talisman Ascension popped by Lulu to get out of there. And now it's definitely Franklin's game to lose right now. This is a best of 3, I will say. So if Hazen loses this one, they do have another chance in the next game to bring it to a game number 3. And try to keep their streak. Wow, that was actually stolen. Yeah, I think Infinity Death picked up that blue buff. I'm gonna go check it out real quick. No, he didn't. No. No, it was actually Base did smite that away. So there you go. Apparently, I was not supposed to call anybody a scumbag. I'm gonna have a principal on my case pretty soon. I will await the dreaded email or even physical mail. It is a principal. It might be old school. They're usually older, at least in my experience. Times have changed. I was in high school long ago. I am now 47 years old, and times have definitely changed. But anyway, mid lane inhibitor being contested now. Franklin, they still have Baron buff. They're just waiting for the minions to get here. Empowered minions can do a ton of damage. But this is a good thing about Hazen. They have good wave clear. They have Sweet Genius's Azir. They have Ring a Bell with Runaan's and Bloodthirster. They have some pretty good wave clear. Is it going to be enough, though? I just noticed, what is this? Oh, it's a replay. I can zoom out all the way. Woo! I'll just leave it right there. I kind of like it like this, because there's like certain things I want to see but I can't. Anyway, Fugis, he's going to get hooked up, but it wasn't too much happening there. Hamsap actually got the worst end of that one. Nice turret taken by, well, actually, never mind. I'll call that later. Iron Prison going in. Enchant Crystal Arrow. Going to take down Ring a Bell and Sweet Genius. Actually, everyone on Hazen's falling. Vanishing Dragon, the other one left. He needs to get out of there. I think he's going to. But I think that is also going to be game. Nice rush coming out from Franklin. Once that turret fell, not 1 second delay. CC team or CC train, I should say, just ran all over Hazen underneath their inhibitor, over their inhibitor. Like, I think they actually tower over the inhibitor. And yeah, nice kills picked up by Franklin. Nice engage, and that is going to be game number 1 going over to Franklin High School. I'm going to get set up for game number 2. My name is Joshua Fekes Quest, and I'll be back in just a moment. Listen to Rumble intro.